Okay, so welcome to the Swimming Ideas latest update. I want to give you an update on what is happening, what's been going on with the new updates and changes that have been added to the membership. And there's really exciting things that have been added here. So I wanted to walk you through it just to give you a rundown of what's available and what's changed in the last couple of months. So the first really exciting thing that I want to talk about is mentorship, and then the lesson plan builder, and then the practice writing. So the first thing that I really want to take a look at is the mentorship option, which is a mentorship directory. This is going to be an opportunity for aquatic professionals and subscribers to schedule a meeting with me. So if you want to meet with me on a regular basis or semi-regular basis, you can create a mentorship. And generally, what a mentorship is it's a series of goals attached to um, initiatives and other things. So we're going to call this step one goal test. And then there's a test goal for showing people. Go ahead and add the goal, and you'll see a screen like this. You'll have your mentor, you'll have yourself as the goal owner, and then you can fill out some details about it. The nice thing about this is that you can make this a public profile, which means that anyone who goes to our site can view this content. So if you want to share it with people as a portfolio, you can. But essentially, we're going to create an initiative, which is something for you to do in service of your goal, a series of tasks. So we can add tasks like bring home bacon. We can create meetings. So we'll have a meeting. We can talk about it, comment on it, and provide updates, as well as add different attachments. So this is the vehicle by which we will be able to schedule meetings. There'll be a link up here once you've created a mentorship to schedule a meeting with your mentor. In most cases, that's going to be me until the mentorship directory gets built out. And these are people that are offering their services for mentorship. So you can set up a profile and people can choose to meet with you, and you can fill it with links if you want. And then you can have a public profile view with prior mentorships and goals and meetings. And it's a robust way to connect with other people and to build up your skill set. This is available only to members, so you have to be a all access member to access this. But it is a effective tool for running. Just want to make sure that my audio is working here, and it looks like it is. So, okay. So continuing, sorry about that delay. So this is the mentorship program. I think it's a really exciting opportunity for you to um, build up a portfolio of work with documented effort. And this is the same portfolio and same mentorship program that I use with the people I work with at the park district that I work for. So it's the same platform, just accessible to the people here. Okay, now let's move on to the premium lesson plan builder. I think this is a really exciting opportunity for anyone to use, and it's really awesome because it works super well. And it's something that I use and will continue to use going forward to publish lesson plans because it works so well and is so effective at that. So you can put in a title. So we'll just say our advanced week number 5. And you're just going to follow the activity 1, activity 2 challenge. And the lesson plans are going to show up in near exactly the same way that you create them here. So we'll start with 225's head lead balance with rotation, 3 streamlines plus 3 fly kicks to the flags. And then we'll search for a challenge. We'll get rid of the activities. And we'll do flip first and then streamline on the back. And then we can add another row if we want. We can get rid of that row. We can save the plan if you're a member. You can have your save plan directory. and then we can generate the PDF. So we'll generate this, we'll call it that, and it's going to show up with the title and the number of activities. So this is number 1, number 2, and number 3, and it will always be activity challenge. I mean, you can put anything you want in here, but the guidance is that you do follow the formula activity challenge. And then any pictures you have in here are going to show up along with the instructions on what to do. And so this very closely mirrors what the custom lesson plans have been. They are a bit more involved and refined, but this is an automated system in order to get access to more people to be able to build a lesson plan on the fly. Um, so I'm really excited about that. I think this is a really cool thing that you can use, this generating a PDF, and then you can print it, use it, share it, however you want. Um, if you have a saved lesson plan, so if you're a subscriber, you can save your lesson plans. You can save your own custom levels. So I put in the swimming idea levels here. There are the global skills. So these are kind of the general ones that I think you're going to use, but if you want to have your own, you can also add your own. And then you can save templates. So this is my 15 lesson plan template, and it comes with preloaded. So this is the one that I made and am now loading and able to print on demand. So if I have a repeatable lesson plan that I want to save, and then I want to print, multiple times or make a change to it, maybe the glide with 3 swim strokes didn't work so well. Hold on here. Let's see, get out of here. Glide with 3 strokes. Oops. We want to do, instead of glide, swim, spin, we want to do handstands. So we can make a change here, and then we can save that plan. And so the same plan was saved successfully. And now we have our second 9 grid. Oh, I'll go back here. And here's the update, and we can delete the other one if we want to. So if we want to do a handstand or breaststroke push streamline, a handstand rewind, we'll add it with the picture, we can do that. So we can update this to reflect the changes quickly on the fly. This is a really, like I said, really robust and awesome platform. And you can see here that it adds the pictures directly into it if there are any. And you can upload your own pictures. You can add your own custom elements to this. Let's go ahead and write a custom one. So we're going to do my element, add new element. So we're going to call this a custom element. And we'll do an activity. So you can choose activity, challenge, game, or song. We'll call this custom element that we are showing people on the fly. We'll choose, if you have your selected levels, you can add them here. If you have your own, they'll show up here as well. And then if you want to add a picture, you can add the picture here and then save that element. And then when you go to add it, it'll be in the list. You can actually filter out the swimming ideas lists, and you can see only your own. So if you have certain activities or challenges in your program, you can add them yourself by using this system, as well as your custom levels and your custom skills. And like I said, I think this is really exciting. It's really easy to use. You can make this as robust and as strong as you want. The use of pictures, like I showed earlier, is really, really exciting. I think that's really cool how it shows up. It'll format it directly. As long as you're not writing a paragraph of text in here, the picture is going to be usable. And the intent here is that you're providing yourself or your swim instructors with a usable resource so that they can have it on the deck custom to your program. And it's a fully robust system that will work, over and over again. We're going to integrate this into our training. So as part of the lesson coordinator handbook, and I can show you this here. As part of the lesson coordinator handbook, there is a block plan for new swim instructors and training staff. And in it is the peer teaching and the peer teaching review. So that's kind of the last part of the in-person training. And we're going to integrate into this here's the peer teaching. So coming up with a lesson plan, the requirements are that uh, the instructors need to teach their peers two skills um, with an activity challenge formula. And so we're going to have them use the lesson plan builder because any member of your team account has access to this. Once they're logged in, they can have their own access. They can build a lesson plan, and then they're going to have to print the PDF and share it with us in GroupMe. And then we can verify that they know what they're doing and that they follow the activities, and the challenges. And this is a way for our swim instructor staff to get familiar with building a lesson plan on their own. And the intent here is to show and demonstrate that they understand the connection between baseline activity, an iterative activity. So the second activity should be building on the first one, and then a challenge that plays as a result of that. So that, like I said, I'm very excited about that. I think that's a really cool opportunity to be able to do this with staff, veteran staff, returning staff, new staff. And then they have a lesson plan that is created by them, and they can put their name in there in the title. How they want. Okay, the next item is the practice writer. So this is really cool. This is something that I wish I had when I was coaching on a regular basis. It's going to be developed a little bit more as we go forward, but again, it's something that I'm super excited about and I think is really cool. I don't have any practices in here because it's not uh, the test ground that I've been using it as, but it's pretty straightforward. You can put in your own groups in here. So if you want to put in like minnows, and this is the beginning group. Oh, and then we'll make this purple. And then we can do our age group one. We'll do this blue. And so this is developmental, and this is our age group practices. So we can then create a calendar with the macro cycles if we want to put that in here. So we can create a macro cycle for the uh, age group, and we'll call it the aerobic base. Aerobic base, AG1, and then create the block. If we don't like what the dates are, we can make a change to that. So let's say it's just Monday through Friday. We'll change the start date to be Monday. We can do that. And then we can filter by group. So if we want to add a minnows group, and they're going to be doing a recovery because they had a long swim meet. We can do that for minnows. And we can put that on there. And then you can filter, see which one is doing what at what time. If you want to create practices, let's say you want to do an age group one practice, you can create a practice using the calendar. And this is really cool. I'm really excited about this because it's a really simple, intuitive practice writer. And, you can pay for like commit, you can pay for team manager. There are things that you can do, but this is included in the subscription for all of the tools that Swimming Ideas offers. And I think it's a really exciting tool that works really well. So you can do a single thread, you can use the builder, you can type freehand however you want. Let's do a round, or here, I'm just going to write like a typical warm up that I would do for like a minnows practice that have been swimming for a long time. Free back by 50. And then do 4 25s on 1 minute. Speed play. And that is easy, fast, fast, easy, all fast, all easy. Okay, and then we'll save that. So that is saved. And then we'll do the question of the day, which is how many yards are there in this pool? The correct answer is 25. Now the reward is do 5 front flips. Wrong answer, anything other than 25. And the consequence is to do two 25s um, backstroke kick in soldier. Okay. Can even save that template. Yards in pool. Okay, so that's our question of the day. And then our main set, let's do a round. We can do a builder. We'll do a round. A round is like, we're going to do this 3 times or 2 times, and then it's a bunch of mini sets inside of it. So we'll do 100, sorry, do 2 100s free, um, swim, add that to the round, and then we'll do 200 choice, kick, and then we'll add that to the round and then insert that here. And then we can make a note. Choice kick will be at least 25 yard, we'll say at least 50 yards and must not be free. Okay. And then let's add 4 100s on. This is like wildly diverging from a minnows practice, so I'm just like adding random stuff. We'll call this the 2 minutes in IM. And then we'll do we'll do 8 50s on 2 minutes. And we'll call this, do that 3 minutes. We'll do it back kick and then free swim by 25. Okay. If we wanted a comment, we can say no, 25 is done slow. All 25 should be swum with moderate speed. Okay, so that's a comment. So we can save this. We'll say this is example. And that's how it'll show up in we can load it. So we can save that template and we can just insert that quickly if we wanted to into the practice, and it'll duplicate or add saved sets. So if you have sets that you really like, you can save them in the loader and then load them into your main set. And then if you want, you can format it. It'll format some of the language. If you don't like the way that it does that, you can revert it back to what was done here. So if it kind of changes, and then it'll track your yards, what type of yardage you're swimming and how much of it a kick, how much of it a swim, whether it's IM, freestyle, choice, or whatever. If you want to adjust the layout, if you want to do the question of the day first, you can choose that over here on the side. You have to put some information in here if you want. You can put a coach's message. So you can say, today is the first day of your tomorrows. And then you can preview it. So this is going to be the PDF preview that you'll be able to print out for your practices. So if you want to take this on your own as a reference, or if you want to print it and give it to your swimmers so that they have it at the end of their lanes, you can do that as well. The really cool thing here is that if you change these items around, so if you switch up the warm up, the main set, or the question of the day, it will reflow however you want to do that. So if you want the question of the day first, if you want the warm up first, if you want the question of the day in the middle, that's your choice. You can do that. And then you have some options here on how you handle that. So we'll save this practice. And then you can show your answer. So if you want at the bottom, there's a link here to show the answer to it. And when I'll show you some other steps that we go forward here, but it'll print out everything based on what you typed into the builder. And then it'll kind of break down the set and what it looks like and how many yardage you decided to swim and do as a part of it and the total yards for the day. I think this coach mode is really cool. So if you have a tablet, if you have a TV screen, if you're using some sort of, you know, display option, you can use the coach mode. And so what this is, it has a pace clock at the top if you don't have one yourself. And you'll see the coach's message on here. and then you'll see the warm-up. So here's the warm-up for the day. And then once you're done with the warm-up, you can move to the question of the day, and you can show this to your swimmers. And then once they all answer, you can show the answer. So the correct answer is 25 yards, and the wrong answer is anything not 25 yards. And then so the people that get it right can do the reward. The people who get it wrong have to do 225s backstroke kick in soldier. Once that's done, you can move over to the main set, and it'll show up on here. And so we're doing 225s, 2 times through, 2 100s, freestyle swim, and then 100 kick choice, or sorry, 200 kick choice, and at least 50 of the yards must not be freestyle. And then you do that twice, and then 4 100s on 3 minutes IM, and then 850s on 2 minutes, backstroke kick, freestyle swim by 25, and then they should all be done with moderate swim. So this here is not included in the total yardage of the set. So that's kind of cool. I think this is really exciting if you don't have an infrastructure for displaying a pace clock or showing your practices online. You can use this. You can also use this on your phone or your tablet, and you can just very easily see, how long your practice has been going, where you're at in it. You can show them the answer, the question of the day, or you can use it just to track it yourself. So another couple things, there's a way to download the PDF, and then there's a way to share your practice. So you'll get a link, a shareable link that we can use here. And the share, oh my goodness, why is this not working? That's not right. I'm gonna have to fix that. So the shareable link should take you directly to the practice here so that you can see it and view it directly on the page. So this is like a link that anyone can see. So if you want to share it with your swimmers, I really don't know why it's not showing up. I'm going to have to fix that because it was working just a few minutes ago. But it'll show up in a way that lets you see the practice in the same way that we can see it right here. So it shows this here on a full screen page in the same layout so that anyone can log in and see it without having to be logged in. I think that's a really cool feature as well. Okay, so this is, like I said, the practice writer. There's another option here. So you can export your practices. You can filter it by, what the groups have been doing. You can filter it by group. How many yards has age group 1 done? How many yards has age group 2? How many practices have they had? What does that breakdown look like? What percentage of it is IM or choice or freestyle? Kicking versus swimming. Drill is in there. You can log your drills and record them. And then you can show what the history, so the list of your practices and how many you've had and the yardage that you've had. So again, like I said, I'm really excited about this. Then here's your library of practices that you can filter by group and add as you go through here. So very exciting, lots of new options. There's the premium lesson plan, the mentorship. Again, if you're a team, so if you're a team subscriber, you can go ahead and use everyone that's on your team can have access to this. So if you have a coaching staff or a swim instructor staff, this is the annual price for access to the tools. So mentorship, practice writer, and the premium lesson plan builder. I'll go ahead and make sure that the shareable link for the practices is fixed. So I'm very embarrassed about that. But like I said, very excited about all the new tools that are now available on the All Access membership. And they're found in the My Account. And there are free versions of them as well. So if you want to test them out, you can do that today. All right, tomorrow we can teach better lessons together. Take care and thank you.